Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo, hope you're having a great day. In today's Minecraft video, we are back with a brand new beta slash preview for Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version. This is the beta version 1.18.30.22. It is also the preview version 1.18.30.23. There is no differences. The preview is just +1. Here is the confirmation from Jay, Megaspud, Minecraft Community Manager. The Allay is making an experimental appearance in today's Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta and preview, along with some other changes. You can read about it here. If you want the changelog, it is down below. They've also said, send us your thoughts and feedback on the Allay here. And this is the page that it will take you to. So once you've checked out the Allay, if there's things you don't like about it, head over to this page and just leave a comment. And if there's things that you do like, make sure you also tell them that as well. Today is such an incredible day for the Minecraft Bedrock community. Not only do we have the Allay, not only do we have Java Parity, we also have improvements to the Sculk blocks, and in this video, I am going to be showing you that the developers have introduced new touch controls for Minecraft on iOS and Android. Today is a very good day. So of course, most of you have seen the new UI that will be coming at some point in the future. There has been a couple of tweaks this week. Now, unfortunately, we still only have Resource Packs menu. Still no introduction for the Behaviors Packs menu. However, if you go to Cheats and you tap to activate them, it says you can't earn achievements. I don't think this was previously available, and then you've also got this pop-up as well. It's just to notify you that if you're activating certain things in your favorite survival worlds, you won't be able to earn achievements anymore. The other change, and this was reported as a bug, as you guys see, we've got the world seed. Previously, there was no seed picker available for the new UI. So you're able to tap on this and select the seeds from the seed picker, which is still incredibly outdated. Hopefully at some point they'll update this. We have so many changes to go through in today's video. It's taken me a long time to set up this video, so if you could drop a like, I do really appreciate it. Trust me when I say stick around until the end. There are so many cool things this week. Alrighty, let's get into this. Starting off with experimental features. Yes, the Allay Mob is here for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And I have to admit, this is one of the coolest looking spawn eggs in the game. This is the Allay. This is the Minecraft Live Minecon Mob Vote winner. There is a few things that I'm going to teach you about this. It currently doesn't have any sounds. So again, it's still a work in progress and subject to change. They're so awesome. They're so awesome. And you're also going to find out in today's video that pillager outposts are even more evil than previously. Allay can collect the same item that it's carrying in its hand, which I will show you. It says if an Allay holds an item it got from a player, it will follow that player. So we're gonna use a cookie. We're gonna use a diamond, for example, here. Let's put it down. Give it a cookie. Throw a cookie on the floor. It's gonna pick it up for you and then throw it back to you. It's so amazing. It's so cool. Now, one thing I have learned though is if this is holding an item, I can't then try and give it a diamond and be like, yo, bring me some diamonds. It doesn't matter like what block it is. If I try to give it like a dirt block or a grass block, it doesn't work that way. However, if I give this one a diamond, throw a diamond on the floor, it's gonna pick it up and throw it back. Hey, it's so cool. They're so cute. So you could literally have an army of Allays. Now, I've given it an item, and you'll probably notice that I gave it a cookie and I gave it a diamond. They are going to follow me. So the cool thing about this, and there's one more thing I want to test here, is you don't have to leash them. Can you leash them, though? That is a good question. Wait, did I just steal that from you? I don't want to steal from you. Take it back. There you go. Can I leash them? No. You can't leash them. However, they will still follow you. Now, they're not slow like the way when you're trying to get a sheep to follow you with like wheat and stuff. These guys will just follow you. They're incredibly fast. Let's run away from it real quick. Run, run. There's like no running away from it though. It just catches up to you. They're like cute and they just want to be next to you. I really love them. But it gets better. The Allay is able to drop items at nearby note blocks. When playing a note block near an Allay, that note block becomes the Allay's favorite note block for 30 seconds. Then will attempt to drop off items at the note block rather than at the player. Now, this actually surprised me in how this works. So, we got our note block over here. Of course, we've made friends with a couple of Allays here. Tap on it. It's got like the Sculk block vibrations that literally head over to the Allay. They really like that sound. So if I was to like let's grab ourselves a bunch of diamonds and a bunch of cookies, right? And start throwing these around. And then we start playing this over here. Rather than the mob dropping the items at me, they drop them by the note block. It's so awesome. They throw them up in the air and everything. It's just so cool. So they'll do this for 30 seconds because, of course, it's its favorite place. So, like, you can use these as just the main spot where your Allays drop things off. You could literally have an army of these. Each one could literally hold an item in Minecraft, and you could just get them to bring them back. It's so cool to see. So, yeah, the Allay, a great introduction. Again, they love note blocks for 30 seconds. If an Allay has items in its inventory, it will attempt to give them to its owner, which I've just showed you. It says the Allay sometimes spawns in cages next to pillager outposts and also inside woodland mansions. So there's a reason why we're here, and that is because I hate pillagers even more. Not only are they rude and literally took over this village, but you will find them trapped in here, and we have 2 here. Now, I found 2. Come on, you guys are free. Come on. All right, get out of there. Let's let you guys out. I found 2 max inside of there, but I found it quite common. So the chance of you finding these is literally RNG. You're either going to find one of these that has Allays in it, or it will be iron golems. But, yep, another reason to hate pillagers. However, like I mentioned, the woodland mansion, it's just become useful again because it can spawn inside of them. So let's go to a woodland mansion. I'm not gonna lie, I've done a lot of exploring and I haven't seen any yet. So I don't know where their exact spawn Oh, there he is. We found one. I actually don't know their exact spawn location inside of a mansion, but that's the first one I found. Now, I don't know if they're encased or trapped by these evil illagers and pillagers. So, yeah, some people on social media have said to me that they found 5 to 10 in a mansion. I've had other people, including myself, struggle to find them. Not sure if that's the same one, but you will find them in a woodland mansion, which once again makes the woodland mansion a little bit more useful compared to how it used to be. It also says known issues. The Allay may get stuck in a loop, collecting and delivering one item from its inventory, especially when similar block types are used, such as regular and red sand. Also, you'll probably notice when the Allay flies by you or around you, you see like the circles at the bottom of the sign, especially in this perspective, they kind of glitch out a little bit. I've started to notice that. Yeah, you see it happen there? Kind of disappears and then comes back when these guys fly around your head. And yes, I'm a monster for this, but for those interested in what it drops, it doesn't drop anything at all. So you have no need to kill any Allays. Moving over to the deep dark changes, we have changes with the Sculk blocks. But it does say, please note, the Warden hasn't made its way into the game yet, but it's getting ready for its big debut. So hopefully next week. It says changed Sculk catalyst block to match recent redesign, which is described. A mysteriously soul-emitting block that blooms when mobs die within an 8-block radius. And that's specifically talking about this. It then says, mobs that perish in the presence of the catalyst will not drop their experience, but instead a bubbling charge will be created at the place the mob perished. So let me show you. So yes, this is a parity chain. So we put this down here and we do / summon creeper. Check out this. Check out the bubbling charge. You see it there? This also pops up and it's like, hey, there's mobs nearby. Now, as you guys know, regularly when you kill a creeper, it would drop XP. That XP is now consumed by these blocks, which we have been informed by developers the best way to get the XP back would be using a hoe. So doing this now gives you the XP that those mobs have dropped, which again is like, I don't know, it's like an XP orb farm. You can save your XP, especially if you've got a lot of levels. You could just kill mobs over and over and over and over and over again via these things. And then, yeah, it would just save your XP for you. I really like that. It then says this charge from mobs will spread through Sculk veins and Sculk blocks in random directions until they find a valid substrate that they can convert into Sculk. For example, converting the likes of grass blocks. It then says the value of the charge is directly proportional to the amount of XP the perished mob would have dropped. And each time a block is converted into Sculk, it will remove one value from that charge. Now, the best way for me to show you and explain this is that, as you guys know, certain mobs give more health. So I showed you the creeper. Let me show you one more time. As you guys see, when we kill it, it spreads like, well, that's like 6 Sculk blocks and a handful of them. So let's change this to a bigger mob, and the mob that we're going to be using here is going to be a Ravager. So look how big the spread is going to be on this one. Oh, you can see the bubbling effect so much better there, by the way, compared to this one. So remember that the stronger the mob, the more it's going to spread. Let's just keep doing this for a second, right? Because I'm going to keep doing this. I want to do this a little bit more because there is a chance to generate not only these Sculk blocks, there's also meant to be a way that you can generate the Shriekers as well. So there has been quite a few changes, and again, this is all in preparation. I'll put down a couple more of these. We'll do one more here. It's meant to summon a Shrieker though, unless that kind of thing has not been added to the game yet, and that is going to be in preparation for the Warden. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it says this charge in the Sculk blocks and Sculk veins will eventually decay, but it will decay much, much slower in the close vicinity of the Sculk catalyst and much faster away from its host. And then it says if the charge decays 4 blocks away from the catalyst, it has a chance of growing a Sculk sensor or a Sculk Shrieker. So that's the reason why I'm a little bit confused here, because something tells me it's not been implemented, which is totally fine, but there was no mention of that in the changelog, because as you guys can see, we're definitely killing it within the vicinity of the catalyst block, but it's not generating what they are describing. So maybe I'm a little bit misinformed here. I don't think I am though, but basically it's meant to have a chance of generating these, which again, we can clearly see does not happen. Oh, we activated that, which I want to talk a little bit more about that. So yeah, anyway, that is how it's going to work when it is officially introduced. This block will start to spread them, and this can be formed. And it also says charges and their values also merge when they move to the same position. It says made some changes to Sculk sensors to be at parity with Java Edition. They now make no activation sound when they are waterlogged. So we put this here. As you can see, it knows I'm here, and it's just going to make a vibration sound from my spot to them, right? So there's a vibration sound. We put it in water. Now, it will still recognize you. However, it will not make any form of sound. So this could be a great way to disable the Shrieker. So this should technically not inform of it. No, I did inform it. It did inform it, but this did not make any sound. Vibrations are now also occluded by wool blocks. So again, if it doesn't work in water, it's definitely going to work this way. You can see here, it's picking up my vibrations. We put wool in front of it. It does not pick up my vibrations. We go to the side, it definitely does. So you are actually able to disable these just by putting some wool around them. it's not going to notify the Shrieker then. So this has finally been added from Java Edition. This is also interesting. It says Darkness Effect, a new mob effect unique to the Warden and Sculk Shrieker, which will afflict players with the effect when nearby. So I've showed you this, but it's a case of standing on this, it doing the air freshener experience. That's what I'm calling it. And then, of course, we get hit with the darkness effect, which, again, only works over so much time. Like, right now, it's not working. I just want to have the darkness effect so I can show the people what's meant to happen. Anyway, if we do /effect at P and we do darkness anyway, of course, it's going to give me the darkness effect, which is a pulsing effect. Still not fully complete on the Bedrock version. But it gets more interesting here because this is what it says. Lowers the gamma down at an equivalent of moody while having this effect. As you know, on Bedrock Edition in settings and in video, we only have brightness. There is no gamma setting. So this could potentially see the reintroduction of gamma for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. It then says in periodic pulses will lower the overall brightness of the world so that the darkness creeps up against light sources. So let's hit ourselves with this again. We do have it. We go to settings. We go to video real quick. My brightness hasn't changed. So it looks like this so-called gamma setting, a brightness setting, it's either in preparation for the Warden and it's not complete, or in the future we're going to see a new gamma setting. But yeah, compared to Java Edition, it's not great. And I even went ahead, for those who are interested, in turning this all the way down to seeing if it makes any form of difference. And I can confirm it makes no form of difference. You get the pulsing effect, but there's no difference. It then says, when the Warden is around, torches will be more important than ever. Let's get into features and bug fixes. They have updated touch controls for iOS and Android players. This is going to be huge for the introduction of offhand use, such as torches and so much more. Enables preview of new touch control schemes for players on mobile devices. These can be enabled by navigating to settings, touch, and at the top it will be enable new touch control schemes. Let me switch over to Android and let me show you. So this is a very big day for touch control players. I want to show you how to access these controls. Tap on your options and then head over to settings. Once you're in settings, go to touch controls. And at the top, this will be disabled. You just want to enable this. At this moment, we are currently sitting in the classic mode, which is the way you played Minecraft for a very long time. If you tap on classic, there is now 3 different options. We have touch, crosshair, and classic. Let's start off with touch controls and let's back out. And as you guys can see, the buttons are different now. Now you'll notice that I think this needs a size. This thing is huge, man, especially on a phone. Now I'm playing on a Samsung tablet and it's still pretty big, but you can see it's slightly different here. Anyway, when we move this, you'll see that we then have the double arrow, which we can press to sprint. So you go from slow to then being at a sprint. You can hold the sprint button as well. And then you've got the up, which is obviously jumping. Double tap, which is going to be fly. Double tap again is going to drop you down. Double tap, go up, or go down, or go up, go forward. Tap this button. So again, this is offering new UI options. I'm still learning these touch controls, by the way. This is the first time I've messed around with this, but it's absolutely huge. Huge that we're getting a new UI. And again, if there's things that you don't like, the developers are looking for feedback here. I'm currently playing with 3 fingers here. So I've got my index finger with the touchpad, the control pad here. Then I've got 1 finger tapping these, and then I've got 1 finger which is turning me like left and right and stuff. So it's great for like three finger play in a way. And then I love this. So the other options we have here, go to settings, go to touch. We have the crosshair one. This one has a lot more going on. It's a lot more confusing than you think, and there's a reason why we're holding a torch here. So again, same applies with the buttons going up and down. Same applies with the sprinting ability. You hold the sprint button and it's going to make you sprint. But we have 2 new buttons here, right? So we've got these 2 buttons here, right? So let me explain it. The one that has like a cursor, which is the pointer, which is is this one here that I'm tapping. This is going to be place. Meanwhile, the sword is going to be break. So, yeah, look at that. Check it out. And I think this is going to be in line for, like, the combat update. Like I said, they've been doing a lot of combat changes to Bedrock recently. So, personally, I think this is going to be really good for PvP as well. So if you like to PvP, I think this one's going to be really helpful. It's probably going to take you a little bit of time to get used to this one, for sure. But I like the going up and the going down and the ability to just, like sprint. You know what I mean? I like that just by tapping rather than having to do it a different way. I think it's just so easy. I like that. And then you can just, like, tap and then you can break and you can tap. This is what it's like playing normally. So I'd have to attack here, wouldn't I, you know? See here, attack, 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 attack. So I think it'll take me a little bit of time to get used to these. But I generally think this would be the meta for a lot of players who like to play Minecraft. Does seem to be like a lot going on, but don't get too confused. And even if you don't like both of them, go ahead back to touch, go down to this, and go back to classic, and you are back to your ordinary method. Whether you like to play with the circular, I think if we go to video settings, we can have, where is it? Split controls. Where are those hiding? There's split controls and stuff like that you can mess around with. Split controls there you go. You can have it this way. So many different options for iOS and Android players. If you're in beta or if you're in preview, go mess around with it. And make sure you leave your feedback. All right, let's go back to the latest preview and beta on Windows. Then we move on to gameplay changes. Changed the spawning logic for iron golems and cats to make it easier for them to spawn in roofed areas like underground villages. We do got a bug report, and it just says iron golems cannot spawn in many underground/roofed villages. Was reported back in 2021. A whole description on how they don't work. I've experienced this, and for anyone who likes to build their villager system underground, you probably noticed you don't typically see iron golems or cats very often. For me, iron golems worked, cats didn't, but yeah, now it's been fixed. Scaffolding can no longer be placed without support on y equals 0. Got a bug report. Here is the bug reported, and then we have a video here. So you'll notice as this person goes down to the negative coordinates, it kind of breaks. You can see it breaks at this point right here. Can't seem to move down at all, so finally been fixed. Fire that exists before the fire tick game rule is enabled will continue to spread again. We have a bug report. So this is all to do with stopping and starting certain rules. It just says create a new world, game rule, do fire tick false, light some trees on, and then do it as true. Basically, they weren't spreading if you already had them off. It's now been fixed. Vanilla parity. Shulkers now have a chance to spawn another shulker when hit by a shulker projectile. This was reported back in 2020, and it just says shulkers don't create their new copies when being hit by a shulker bullet. All these versions have gone by, and we still haven't had it until today. This is huge. Basically, you can now make a shulker box farm. Finally, this is a parity change we've wanted for a very long time. But unfortunately, the Bedrock version is still not up to Java standard. Now we have this, however, I am not able to do /summon shulker bullet or shulker_bullet. The only way you're able to do a shulker bullet is via a structure, or if I'm running around in survival. So I'm gonna do my best to try this in survival here. /game mode S, and I'm gonna see if we can get one of these to hit one of these. It's not gonna. Oh, there we go. There we go. We did it. I didn't think I was gonna do that. Let's go back to game mode creative. Yes. So as you guys seen, that shulker bullet hit the shulker and it duplicated it. And again, this is gonna make for some insane farms on Bedrock Edition now. Very good change. Thank you for helping me in today's video. The next parity change: when a mob picks up an item, the item can be seen slightly pulled towards the mob right as it picks it up. This matches the behavior on Java Edition. So I can't show you with the mob, but I'll give you an example here. When we throw this on the floor, when you go to it, you see the way it sucks up to the player? That is exactly what will happen with mobs. So let's say you had a zombie and it picked up your armor you'll see it being like sucked up towards the zombie. I mean, it's not a huge change, but again, it's a change nonetheless. Blaze Fireball will deal knockback on impact. So let's try this, shall we? Game mode S. Knockback on impact. Let's see. Do it. There you go. There you go. So yeah, they're gonna be a little bit more deadly now. Watch out for blazes. They will attack. Please don't ruin my area. But yeah, that's another parity change. And strangely enough, down as a parity change, acacia trees now grow leaves on every branch below y equals 0. And we do got a bug report. So this one's pretty weird. It basically would grow half the tree's leaves if you were below 0, if you were in the negative coordinates. It's been fixed this week. And I can show you, of course. So we're down to negative 30. We got the acacia. We grow it. You'll see here that the tree, it was like part of it that just would not grow. You can definitely see all of this has been growing now. Mobs can no longer spawn on campfires. So I'm guessing it means lit campfires and also unlit ones. I imagine people were probably using this for, I don't know, spawn traps for mobs as well. Don't forget, they did do some changes recently to the coral fans. People were really salty that they stopped mobs spawning on coral fans. Then they did revert it. So I'm guessing this is a change that's also linked to something very similar to that. All right, let's move on to changes with blocks. It starts off by saying glow lichen does not generate hanging in the air inside strongholds anymore. I think we've all experienced this. Looked really, really weird. It would just hang in random locations. That's not going to happen anymore. Glow lichen now correctly checks for the face of the block they are attached to be full. So rather than it just floating, it's going to try and attach to this side, this side, this side. So it's not going to be floating anymore. But then it says glow lichen can now be attached to leaves. So yeah, you can now attach them to this. There's a good few glow lichen changes today. But then it does say blocks such as glow lichen, torches, and redstone can no longer be placed on or attached to a brewing stand. So you can't attach this to brewing stands anymore, along with a couple other things. If we grab ourselves a brewing stand, grab ourselves a torch, and we try and like attach them to the side of it, it just goes on the floor, and you can't do it with torches as well. Yeah, kind of sucks, but what is going on, Piggy? I can't have one video without mobs ruining it, can I? Anyway, on a positive note, blocks such as glow lichen, torches, and redstone can now be placed on or attached to trap doors, depending on their state. Yes, we can now do it. This is a huge parity change in my opinion. However, right, if I open the trapdoor, this breaks, and this breaks. Now, it's not just these. You can now put them on there as well, and the flower pots. So decorations are going to be so much more exciting, and it feels so good that they've finally done this. This is a parity change, and a very exciting one at that. And then we have over here, azaleas and lily pads are now broken by flowing water. Changes with commands. They have fixed an issue that would cause commands to affect players in all dimensions. Graphical changes. Fixed lighting bug, where light level 1 incorrectly dropped to 0 when placing blocks in light level 1 with multiple light sources. And we do have a bug report. Here's the bug report. It's been active since December 2021. Here is the video. Keep an eye on these two blocks here. It just drops the light level all the way down to 0. That's not meant to happen, and that was messing up people's spawning locations. Sculk sensors and magma blocks are now visible in darkness. Items, observers placed facing double chests no longer send out a redstone pulse when reloading / re-entering a chunk. User interface changes fixed a bug where the invite button was disabled incorrectly for clients. And I showed you this at the start. They've now added the seed templates to the new UI screen. We have changes with villages. Villages are no longer able to trade while on fire. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, you're not just going to stop halfway through being burnt alive and let's do a quick bit of trade in there. And last but not least, technical updates. Let's read the changelog. If you're interested in the technical side of Minecraft, we have changes to components, general, Molang, and game test framework. Links are down below. Very exciting beta slash preview this week, the Allay. It's beautiful. I can't wait to have an army of these in my world. There's still more work to be done. Yeah, it's even holding the spawn egg too. It's even holding it, and it brings it back. Yeah, he just brings it back. It's like, hey, no trash. Don't be throwing any trash on the floor, Echo. Pick it up. So, the Allay is beautiful. I don't know if anybody made it this far in today's video. If you did, let me know in the comment section. And, of course, we have changes to the Touch UI, which I think is absolutely huge. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Can't do an emote. Damn it. See you next time.